Hi, Brad. We are live with the media. We're going to start with Steve Conroy.
Hey, Brad, just what was the damage? Was it busted?
Yeah. A few, I don't know, 5 or 6 stitches. I'm just happy that it wasn't my teeth. I can deal with a broken nose, but missing these beautiful teeth of mine, that would have hurt.
Have you seen the whack on replay at all? It was a pretty violent shot.
Yeah, he got me pretty good. There's no question. He came up pretty hard. I don't think it was intentional by any means. He was just kind of flailing around trying to lift my stick, and he wasn't very close, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, and just I know Tuukka's been practicing with you guys for a while now, but just how does it feel to have him back in the fold?
Yeah, nice to kind of know, he's at the end of the line here, and he's going to get to play again soon. It's obviously unfortunate for Sway, being in a numbers game, but Tukes is obviously an incredible goalie and has been for a very long time in this league. So, happy for him that it's all kind of worked out, and he's recovered the way he has, and there's no doubt he's going to help our team. He's been one of the best goalies in the league for the last 10, 15 years, and we're lucky he's back again this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, media, if you have any questions, to please use the raise hand function. Kevin Dupont.
Hey, Brad, a couple. You've been at this a long time. I'm trying to tease out whether is an emotional impact when Tuukka comes to a team like this. You know him well. A lot of guys in the room do, but there's a handful of guys who are brand new. So given what his stature is and record, is there an excitement? Is there a kind of a electric jolt from it?
I think there is. With Tukes, again, when any time gets, it's like Tampa when they got Kucherov in playoffs back last year.
Right.
You're going to get a boost amongst your group when you have a player of that caliber. They're going to make an impact. They're going to help you win. They're going to make a difference every night that they play, and he's going to do that. Like I said, he's been one of the best goalies and still is. I mean, when you shoot on him, he just has a natural gift to be one of the best, and there's no question he's going to help win games when he plays, and there's going to be games that he steals that we shouldn't win, and that's what you need. So we are lucky to have him. I think guys will be excited to have him in there, and who knows with Tukes, maybe there'll be some rust, but with kind of his personality and who he is, and I'm sure he's going to be tip-top shape after the first game. So there's no question you get a bit of a boost when you get a player of his caliber coming into the lineup.
And not literally to pick at your wounds here, but when I watched the other night and you took that one on the schnoz, I was wondering, 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, might you have retaliated? I mean, you can intellectually understand he's not wanting to do it, but there's a lot of pain there. I mean, did you have to kind of muffle it, or
at the time you still question the intent, maybe more just because you're upset about the injury and stuff like that. But I can't speak to whether I would have. I might have just kind of lost my mind and went red brain at some point during the game. If we got up by a few goals, I don't know, I might have tried to take a run or something. I don't know what would have happened, but I'm just happy I didn't, I guess, happy stayed in it, didn't do anything dumb, and got out of there with 2 points and a big win. And really, at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I thought it might have been one of those injuries where it's too painful. I mean, it's just, and you sort of go brain dead from it.
No, there's very few. I think that if it's too painful, then you're going to leave the game. Anything you can kind of play through, then you're just happy to be in the lineup. There's nothing more frustrating than having to leave a game and knowing you're going to miss time. So I think you're more just thankful that it's not worse in that situation. I think that I was, when you get hit, you don't really know what's going on. Like I said, it could have been in my eye or in my mouth and lost teeth, lost my eyesight. So the fact that it was my nose, I'm happy, that it wasn't worse. And I think that was kind of my mentality when you get on the bench is, all right, it's not that bad. Couple stitches isn't a big deal. And again, nothing had to leave game or miss time for. And as players, that's all we want. We just don't want to miss playing.
Great. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Hax, go ahead.
Well, that being said, Marshy, as far as this playing through this particular thing goes, like where does it rank on the most painful or the most troublesome things you've played through and continued and kept on playing? What was the worst thing to this point in your career that you've played through if this wasn't it?
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I don't know if I'm going to remember all of them. There was one time we were playing Washington, and I walked out. We were in the penalty kill, and the draw went directly to Ovi, and I stepped out, and he took a one-timer right in my foot, and I hobbled to the bench, and I was yelling for the trainer, "It's broken! It's broken! I can't move! It's 100% broken!" And my whole foot just went numb, and I thought it was at the time. I don't think I missed a shift. I got back and it hurt, but I think I just must have hit a nerve or something. But man, guys gave it to me for that one for a while.
Shifting gears, the last 6 games coming out of the break and just how well things have gone for you. What things do you look at as I really like what I see here, or some traits or things that you guys have done in the last 6 games that you want to replicate and keep going for the rest of the year?
Well, I think the play throughout the lineup has been big. We're getting contributions from every line, which is what you need going on the stretch and to make a good playoff run. I think the way we're playing with guys out of line. I mean, I know every team's doing that, but it doesn't seem to be bothering guys right now. And we kind of knew that once we got into playing more regularly, that we'd find our momentum and find our game. And it was just frustrating early on where we kept having breaks. But I just think that the guys, everyone's kind of building chemistry right now together and has had time to learn how each other plays, learn the system. And I think we're all just kind of coming together at a good time right now. But if we can continue to play fast and play in deep in their zone and continue to transition fast, then we should all continue to be able to produce.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
All right, last question. We'll go to Fluto.
Brad, first off, I can't recall. Have you ever lost any teeth in your career?
Oh, that's a tough question to ask me. No, as I knock on wood.
Okay, good for you. Second of all, who knows what happens in the future, but the reality is Tuukka's signed for 1 year and Patrice's deal is up after this year. So with that in mind, how does that affect you guys mentally in terms of, boy, even Tuukka said the window is closing for you guys. Does that strike any degree of urgency for you for the rest of the season?
I mean, you can only focus on 1 year at a time. You see it every year. Going into the season, there's teams that come out and play much better than expected. And they have lineups that people don't expect to win. But you have guys that come in, develop each season, young guys that come up that produce that maybe you weren't expected to, and teams do better than what they're supposed to do. So in the future, hopefully that's what continues to happen in our group as we continue to grow. But we're not thinking about next year at all. We have so much to think about this year, and there's so much going on with. We're all going through it right now, but I don't even think there's enough mind space to start thinking about next year and what that's going to bring. Each day just seems like there's a new hurdle and something else to worry about. So that all we're worried about right now, like I said, is this season and trying to make the most of it. We have a lot to continue to work on here this year alone. With the group we're trying to bring together and try to build different chemistries with guys and know to line up all the time. and then the amount of games we have to make up right now. So that's where our mindset is, and you know, Tuuk's, you know, he's at a little bit of a different point of his career. He's allowed to start thinking about next year, the year after that, or whatever he wants to do in his future. But as a group, you know, we're concerned about this season, trying to make a good run and hopefully win a cup.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, guys.